So going into last season, the Denver Nuggets were seen as one of the NBA's best and a definite title contender. But unfortunately for them, Jamal Murray had never ended up coming back from his ACL tear that he had suffered back in 2021, missed the whole season. And then Michael Porter Jr. basically played, I could say, a little more than a handful of games, maybe even just a handful of games, before he started dealing with back problems, and then he ended up missing the rest of the season as well. And he was supposed to come back, and so was Jamal Murray, but they both had little setbacks, and they never played a game. And it left Jokic basically out there with a bunch of role players, and he did his best. The team finished 6th in the Western Conference last season, losing to the Golden State Warriors in the first round, who were eventually the NBA champions. So I would say for the Nuggets, it was a year that you can forget about, throw it in the trash, and it happens. Jokic is the back-to-back MVP. We know what he's capable of. But I'm here to tell you that this Denver Nuggets team is primed to win right now and is going to be one of the scariest teams to watch for in the upcoming NBA season. Because when you look at this roster, obviously, like I mentioned, Nikola Jokic, special player, top 10 player in the league, arguably the best big man. If you want to say Embiid, have at it. I have no problem. But when you look at the rest of the roster, this team is definitely a team that can win right now. And it's not like they weren't close, a couple years back. In the bubble, they made 2 3-1 comebacks, went to the Western Conference Finals, and lost to the Lakers, who won the NBA championship. Then obviously the 2021 season, they win, and it was basically Jokic and a bunch of role players again, like it was in the 2022 season, because Michael Porter Jr. had been dealing with injuries during that time as well. And the Nuggets lost to the Phoenix Suns, who went to the NBA Finals. So when you look at this team, they've been really close. And this is still a young team. This isn't like a team that's old and got a whole bunch of veterans and, they're aging like the Lakers are. This is a young squad that has playoff experience and is primed to make a finals run this upcoming season if all goes well. Because like I mentioned, the roster is really, really deep. Obviously, everything relies on the health though. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., I think Jamal Murray should be fine. He's not a guy that really deals with injuries like that. He just had that one freak injury. But Michael Porter Jr. is like the wild card. Because when he's healthy, he's one of the best young players in the game in my opinion. I love watching him play. He is like one of the more fascinating players to watch when he's healthy. He's 6'10", can put the ball on the floor, he's smooth, he can hit the three. And before he was dealing with injuries, in the 2021 season, he was a most improved player candidate, and he was averaging about 19 points per game. So he got real talent. And some can argue that if you want to say if this team stays healthy, I think he's a better scoring option than Jamal Murray is. I think he is the second best scoring option for this team when everybody's healthy. So he's like the wild card. But then you got the rest of the guys. You got Bones Highland, who's going into year 2. He's going to be pretty good. He already showed you what he can do his rookie year. He's not afraid of the moment. He hits big shots. He can come in and fill a role and do what he has to do, whether that's play make, whether that's score, like he usually does most of the time. Then you got Aaron Gordon, who starts alongside these guys. And he's not really a scorer. He's just very athletic and very versatile. He'll play defense, and that's all you really need from him. So if he can just go out there and do that, he should be fine. Bruce Brown, the contract that he signed with them, a steal contract. He played really well in his role with Brooklyn. Sometimes even being like an undersized center. That's how good it was for him. But if he can go out there and just do his role, then things should be fine. And you got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We all know what he's done with the Lakers, being a key role player, a key three-point shooter for previous teams. And this Nuggets team, on paper, is going to be an offensive unit. They're going to go out there and they're going to put up points. Obviously, the offense revolves around Nikola Jokic, which is why they're going to put up a lot of points, because he is one of the best playmakers in the league, and he's a big man. But he's one of the best playmakers. Everything goes around him. Other guys are going to eat off of the attention that he's going to get. And then defensively, this team should, at the very least, be a middle-of-the-pack defensive team, maybe even a little bit better than that. So when I look at the Nuggets, I think they are a guaranteed finals contender, but obviously there's a lot of factors. There's obviously the health, we mentioned before many times already. And if they just got to stay healthy, if this team can stay healthy and stay as constructed, nothing crazy happens, then the Denver Nuggets are like my sleeper pick to win the 2022-2023 NBA Finals heading into next season. Anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. This has been the Checkup, where we talk hoops and hoops only, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.